nation.
Dreadlock Rasta.
Yo, Wagwan, it's that guy, Knotlocks Not Nation, here doing another dreadlock review for the community. What's going on? Julio Foolio definitely on the uprise, and his wicks looking a lot different. So we will be diving into Mr. Julio's updated dreadlock contents. He is hailing Jacksonville, Florida. Julio has been on the rise. What do we notice with his lock game right now? Well, it looks like they're getting pretty thick. Remember Julio with locks like this. Big ass wicks, Congos just pineappling on top of his head. And at this point in his life, his locks were very frizzy in a sense. I mean, he had this side taper and the back taper going up the nape that cleaned things up a lot. His hair was pretty frizzy and loose. Now, with a type 4C hair, the loose hair isn't that like a type 1 where it's a stray hair, but his being more like a fuzz. These are often cleaned up with crochet hooks in this case. There's some gold caps for his teeth. That's crazy. Permanent gold caps. Would that prevent cavities or what? Like that's crazy. What would happen if you got a cavity with that shit on there? So his locks looking a lot thicker now, and they're looking a lot cleaner. This is the main comment that brought me to this video today, was that Julio's locks looking a lot cleaner, and we see that he must have been getting some maintenance done by a wick lady. In this photo here, this one actually showing us that his hair used to be single dreads, and he's wicked them together with the rubber bands at that point. You can definitely tell that those single dreads were crocheted into these big wicks that he's got now, and you know the tips are very blunted, which is a kind of a telltale sign of some crochet action going on. So you know, my bet is that he did see either Marla or Betty Boop to get his hair did, and they're looking like really crazy. So super thick, super cylindrical, super freaking blunted dreadlocks, and he's got less than 10 of them on his head, and it's a great look. As we can tell, there's not as much frizzy hair going on either, so really cool to see his progression with his locks. Now, I personally feel that locks this thick and this blunted could feel like they're getting in the way of some certain things, getting in the way, just being heavy, always in your face type of deal. I have one wick like this, and I find that it gets in the way quite a bit, especially when it gets some length to it. Fluorescent beanie looking dope. Can really see the length coming in here once again. Looking sick. It's not even a beanie, it's a ski mask. Rocking some more length, so I feel like he's pretty dedicated into the game at this point. You know, he's really embracing the length that he's got, and I could definitely see him growing these out to be double the length, because at this point, really, what does he have to lose? He's got the locks in a mature state, and the new growth coming in is just going to make them longer. So he's pretty set, and they're in that definite mature phase. So maybe he's about 5 years in at this point, maybe longer, considering his hair type might be a little bit on the slower side to grow. Photos like this definitely show us where he came from, and this is that moment when he was having the single dreads put into wicks. So we see that he used rubber bands to do it for a while, probably until he got to the point that the crochet was just needed to make them blunted at the bottom and really sealed up all the way up through. And his locks are even much longer now compared to these photos when he was first trying to get the wicks started. You know, I feel like his hair is actually doubled in length since then, and you can even see some of his loose hairs, frizzy hair here as well. Earlier stages when his hair was in the rubber bands, but nowadays they're looking a lot better. And even this photo, his hair wasn't yet sealed, so we definitely know that he's been going to get some work done on these locks. And we thank whoever it is that is doing the work on his locks right now, because they are definitely coming out flawless. Big ups to that. Rapping is just as dangerous as being a trapper, he says. I feel what you're saying, my man. Definitely a cool experience seeing his lock journey. Let me know in the comments below what you guys feel or think about Foolio's dreadlocks and where he's at in the game? Do you think he's gonna get to that longer stage, maybe a 10-year mark? He seems pretty dedicated myself, but I mean, I guess only time can tell. You know, I guess only really time can tell with this dude's locks. So, anyways, I'm gonna sign off here. This is Not Locks, Not Nation. Just doing my daily grind as I can here on the channel. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Let's get this video out to the world. Share to the masses. If I were to give you guys some motivation today, is to just find a purpose in your life. Find some freaking motivation to be somebody or to achieve something that you've been looking to achieve for a long time. Let's make today that first step towards the rest of your life. You feel what I'm saying? With that being said, I'll bid you guys a fantastic day. Peace out, one love, stay happy and natty, and I'll see you guys in the next dreadlock update. I'm gone. Haha. Adios.